Won't you please come join me for some midnight therapy?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a very special episode of Midnight Therapy. I'm your host, Kat Matthews, as always, but you are going to notice we have a co-guest here that you may have heard me speak about before, may have mentioned her. She was my girlfriend for a very long time, until very recently, and she became my fiancée.
It's true.
Can't believe that happened. I never thought I would be fiancé, and I never thought someone would say yes, especially someone as awesome as her. This is Kristy, my fiancée. Please make her feel welcomed in the comments, all 30 of you that watch this show.
Be nice to me, please.
I'm sure you've been waiting for this comeback. Yeah, it has been a while. I think my existential crisis is over. I'm feeling a lot better.
Thank God.
She helped me through all that immensely, so can't give her enough thanks for that. We had our fair share of ups and downs the past couple weeks, especially this past weekend. We just saw Stevie Nicks, right?
We sure did at Hershey Park Stadium.
Hershey Park kind of was rough getting to the venue, though.
Quite the hike.
We had to walk
over a footbridge.
Yeah,
it's a footbridge. I don't know, a bridge you walk on your feet, I guess.
But it was worth it. Stevie Nicks, she's like almost 80.
I was honored to be in that crowd.
We heard Landslide live. There was millions of people crying.
I was one of them.
Thousands. Everybody dresses a certain way at that concert, don't they?
Yeah, girls? It looks like Halloween.
Yeah, everybody looks like they're in Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Like
walking
Salem.
Walking around the streets. There might as well have been witch hats.
You got ketchup on your shirt.
I'm a slob.
That's true.
I can't help it. If I'm wearing white, it's a disaster. I should have never wore white.
It's true. So yeah, that was one of the highs of the weekend. We're gonna get this out of the way early. We, as you know, have been raising chickens here for a while. And to cut to the chase, we lost all 4 of them to some predator this weekend. It is quite sad. We're making light of it here, but it was quite sad.
It's been a brutal.
We had them for years. They were like party tricks. We would bring them out at parties. They gave us eggs.
Some people would throw them and they would fly in the yard.
They would fly. It was like a game we would play. Anyone who's been over knows those chickens. They got out many times. I'll tell you the story another day. We had a rooster. We didn't know it was a rooster. We had to get rid of it. The cops came.
The cops did not come.
The borough came.
The borough nicely asked us to get rid of the rooster.
It was waking everyone up. It had like a problem with time, you know?
It cocked all day.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
All day. From 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. That thing was cock-a-doodle fucking doing.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Curse on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
free country.
Cock-a-fucking-doing all day long.
Cock-a-fucking-doing. Cock-a-fucking-doodle doing.
Yeah, he sure was. All day long. So we did have to get rid of him, but he was also a little mean.
He was quite mean.
It was for the best.
We named him Grimace.
And he was not purple.
No. But he was, in fact, a rooster, and for a long time we thought he wasn't. Until, obviously, we heard that noise.
Yes.
But that's another story. Rest in peace, our chickens. At the end, I'll put a little picture of them up for you guys, just so you know. Let it be a lesson. Never take anything for granted. We saw them every morning. We didn't think anything of it. No predators ever got in, and then one day, dug a tunnel, got them.
And took them out one by one. So we had a hard day, then a hard day, then a hard day. And we thought one survived, actually. She just had some injuries. However, when we were cleaning and caring for her injuries, we saw that they were actually much worse than we could have ever thought.
It was quite terrible.
So she did not make it either.
Did not. So rest in peace, our 4 chickens. We will be back with a bigger flock in time.
After we grieve.
We're going to grieve a little. But the show must go on, as we say. So moving on forward here. This is the second guest ever on the show. The first guest was Eric. You are the second.
Eric is much funnier than me.
I don't know. We'll see. We will see. The whole point of this, now that I'm back, we took that little break. If you noticed, all the 30 fans out there were probably wondering where the episodes were. I was on like a little vacation You know, I'm taking a little break here, but now we're back. We're going to be doing this regular again. Hopefully, Kristy will join me again. But
we'll see how this one goes.
We'll see how it goes. As you know, we talk about a lot of things, aliens, whatever, politics, everything on the show. But I want it to be very clear that we can talk about anything. Anything.
I apologize in advance for the talk you're about to hear.
This show could be anything. It's therapy. This is if you can't sleep or you're anxious, or you're tired, or you're sad, or you're just bored, you watch this show. That's what the show is. It's therapy. So under that umbrella category of anything is, you know, a Tumbler review video that you're going to see.
I like how you just got it out.
This is a Tumbler review. And for some of you, my demographic out there that's watching might not even know what a Tumbler is. I thought Tumbler was a social media that failed.
Oh,
Wasn't
back in
it?
the day it was.
Like-
I was never a Tumbler gal, though.
It was like Truth Social.
Yeah, I
And,
never had a Tumbler.
Yeah, but Tumbler is also a term for a cup, usually metal, not always. Usually metal.
You've seen them.
You've seen them, like the
Everywhere.
Yeti or the Stanley. I'm sure you're very familiar with the Stanley, but what we plan to do today, and this video is not for all the enthusiasts. You guys, they're going to say, we know what that is. We know what but we're talking to the people that don't really know about these cups. We're going to enlighten you on these cups, and we're going to do a fully developed review of every one of these cups. We have categories, and we have many cups to talk about.
I would say that I'm an expert on the cups. One thing it is important to note is that I was a cup girl before these cups were even, as you say, trending.
Yes.
I have been a cup girly for a long time now.
Since day one.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. So when I give you my reviews, just know that I have tried them all.
So me having this massive platform, I wanted to.
There's 30 listeners who found that massive.
It's massive. This show.
Wow, dream big.
You were first to the cups. The people that are watching this show before it's giant were like the first. Yeah, they're the OGs.
Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to you all.
All 30 listeners.
Yes, I know who you are. But this is going to be big, and if you are like, wow, I could think of something so much better for the show, and you want to be on, let me know in the comments. I'll have you on. Speaking of people from different walks of life, we're going to give a shout out before we get started here to the very first official sponsor of the show. Aldi is unofficial. They don't fully sponsor the show, but they are getting there. But the first official paid sponsor is Three Saints Barbershop, located in historical downtown Jessup, PA. Mike McAndrew, the lead barber there, does sponsor this show.
He's not the lead barber, he's the owner.
He can have many titles. He's the owner as well.
He is the CEO of Three Saints Barbershop.
That place is truly inspirational. That is like therapy. You go and get your haircut there, you feel like $1 million. The banter, the people, the community, the things you hear in there is like a podcast, but it's forbidden. You know, you can't record it. You don't want to record it. It just happens naturally. That's why people keep going. That's why it's the most popular barbershop in the United States of America.
I believe it.
I mean that. If you go on barberrank.org, they're number one.
They should
do not believe anything I say. This is not a...
And they sell cool shirts.
They do have cool shirts. They're very involved in the race of the Saints.
So even if you're bald, you should go get some cool shirts from there.
They will shave your head with a razor. I've seen him shave people's heads with a sword.
I've seen pictures of that.
That is true. And you can get your head. Yeah, it's legal.
Oh, it's legal. That's cool.
You can get your head shaved with a sword too, at Three Saints Barbershop, located in historical Jessup. Downtown.
Shout out to you, Mike. We love you.
We love you, Mike. Thank you for sponsoring the show. This is a paid advertisement. Moving on to the Tumbler review.
Dun dun dun.
My fiance here has been known by strangers that don't know her as the girl with the giant water bottle. Like, that's how they would describe her. They would say that girl with the giant water bottle, because she would carry these giant water bottles around before it was popular. Now it's popular. It's like, it's now a trend. But before it was...
I was weird. I was the weird girl. But now it's popular now. That was weird.
We're going to get into this. The jugs or tumblers or whatever we're talking about today, they have names. So we're going to talk about the HydroJug, the HydroFlask, the Yeti, Stanley, Owala, Brewmate, and Cirkul. There are other honorable mentions like Walmart knockoffs and I don't know, like Giant makes a Price Chopper might make them.
Aldi makes them.
We're not going to talk
Michaels
about
makes them.
Yeah, like nobody wants a Michaels tumbler. Sorry.
You bought me one.
I know, but it didn't make the cut. We're not going to review it, because they're all cheap knockoffs. We're only talking about the big,
the name brands.
Top 10-ish. We're doing like top 7. So we're not going to be talking about any of the knockoffs. So they're not even included. But we have narrowed it down to the best of the best. And Kristy here is going to tell you why she believes one of them is the best and why some of them aren't the best. And the categories we're going to be talking about is, of course, the brand name, the sizes they come in, the colors, which are important, the spillage. Will it spill?
Important.
Big time.
Big fact.
This is real time evidence here. She can tell you what happens when they spill everywhere. It's a big problem. Someone got very hurt when you spilled that one. Remember?
I recall. Yes.
It was tragic. The price, of course. This is going to be a little controversial for the people out there that don't understand. These are very expensive. Kristy has thousands of dollars invested in cups.
It is not thousands of dollars.
In cups, trendy cups. There are world wars going on right now, but people in America have thousands of dollars of cups.
It is a problem. I would like to lay this statement out. The amount of cups that I have is absurd, and it is a problem, and I'm not proud of it. However, I always think that the next cup is going to have a better feature than the last, and that's how I ended up with so many cups.
We're also going to be considering self-defense features. If you can, if you had to defend yourself out in public with one of these cups, could you? Durability, that's a big one. What if you drop it? What if you run it over with your car? These are things we want to think about. Cleanability. Is there mold in the straw?
It happens.
Can you clean it? See, I learned a lot. I am open. I'm an open book. I'm willing. This is therapy. I'm willing to talk to anyone about anything. I never knew you could get mold in a straw, but you could.
You sure could.
And will it fit in a vehicle cup holder? That is also a factor.
Very important.
We're going to rate these from worst to best, and we're going to go through these. This is not peer reviewed, and this is not one of those very expensive, well put together, well edited YouTube videos. This is a podcast hosted by me, Cat Matthews. So it's going to be all right. We're not going to, go crazy here. We're going to try to rate these the best we could.
And you should know these are just my personal opinions, and not a single one of these brands has sponsored me
yet.
It is a surprise.
Yes.
I sometimes wonder how I have not been sponsored yet either. Yeah. However, I am very unsponsored, and this is just my opinions.
Yes, we are not disparaging any cups, and we're also not endorsing any cups. The only way we're going to endorse a cup is if someone pays me money.
Maybe a collab.
We could
Yeti,
collab.
Somebody, you can collab. I'm happy to give you good ideas on the cups. How about a collab?
Well, I have the idea. Remember I told you about the Yeehaw?
Yeah, I didn't really think this was a good idea, though.
Cat Matthews Yeehaw. It would be like a Yeti, but it would be a tumbler shaped like a cowboy boot. If someone steals it, this is proof I came up with it first. But the Yeehaw cowboy boot, like the Oktoberfest boot, it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that would actually be a really good idea to take to like Nashville to the bars and have it be like, how you could get, like, what do you call those when you take the cup home? A souvenir cup. That could be like a souvenir cup. Would it be a good day-to-day cup? No.
But I'm telling you, you need to walk in every aspect of life. There are so many different things that you might not realize is going on, but cups are in. These metal cups are everything. People are killing each other at Target for these. I saw it. They murder people at Target for the pink Taylor Swift Stanley. I don't know if any of that's true. I might have merged stories, but
I think you merged a lot of stories there, but there was a pink.
Target, Valentine's Day, Stanley, murder.
I don't think Taylor Swift was involved in that, but there was a pink Valentine's Day cup that people were running to Target over.
Yeah, running people over for.
Yeah, like Black Friday.
Yeah.
Black Friday style.
So, I mean, if you don't know about this yet, you're going to know about it. We're going to school you. Without further ado, we're going to jump into HydroJug, I think.
So, with this cup right here, the HydroJug, it is a half-gallon full of water. This is where my journey started. And this is why I was called the girl with the big water bottle. I am very picky with my water. You should know, like plastic water bottles, I can't do it. And I like my water to stay cold. And I also prefer tap water. Probably an unpopular opinion. My brain is probably fried from the amount of fluoride I've consumed. And with my job, I'm in and out of schools and in my car a lot, going from school to school. So I didn't really want to not have enough water with me for the whole day. And I'm an adult, so I'm not going to fill my water bottle at the water fountain. I just feel like there's a lot of germs there. So I was just really, really picky with my water bottle. So that is how I got started with HydroJug.
Now, how many of those do you have?
Okay, that is actually the sad truth. Upstairs, I probably have at least 8 of these water bottles in different colors. I had so many of these before I had any other cup. And every time a new season would come around, I'd be like, oh, I need a pink one for the spring, or it's summertime, so now I need a yellow one. Then the fall would roll around, so I want like a green one. And yeah, it was really a problem. I just kept buying them for the change of the seasons. But 8 is not the total number of HydroJugs that I've ever had, you see, because I've also broken a couple of these. Like these are just plastic. These are not metal. They're just plastic.
But this is like an honorable mention. This isn't really in the rank.
Yeah, this is where my journey started.
This is just a prelude.
And it's actually quite embarrassing. So there was a time that I was in a classroom, and it was early in the morning, so I had just started drinking my water, and I actually dropped the jug on the floor, and would you believe the bottom cracked? And so there was no stopping it. Like it just broke off. So it was like we're just falling out. It was a waterfall in the classroom, and it was so embarrassing. And
kids got swept out of the room. It was like a flood.
Oh yeah, everybody had to get their rescue boats because there was so much water everywhere, and it was really embarrassing.
So
I do want to give credit where it's due. This was like the original cup that had a handle. The top does close pretty well. However, I have had friends who have spilled their water out the top and ruined their computer. Shout out Courtney. Yeah, this is actually how I got described as the girl with the giant water bottle. Somebody was explaining who I was at work again. And they're like, oh, just look for, she'll be carrying around a giant water bottle.
Yes.
And the other person was like, what do you mean she'll be carrying around a giant water bottle? Like, how will I know? Everybody has water bottles. Weird. You know, they were brushing it off. And the lady describing me said, oh, when you see the water bottle, you will know. Yeah, you'll know. And it was really funny that this person actually explained to me that entire story. And she was like, yeah, as soon as I saw you, I knew.
I knew it was you.
I knew, because this is just a ridiculously large water bottle. Although now that I look at it in comparison to the other cups, it doesn't really look like it's that giant anymore. Like, but this is 64 ounce and this is 40 ounces. So
it's quite different.
But anyways, shout out HydroJug.
They make this now.
When the Stanley became popular, HydroJug created this cup, and this one is actually really popular by a lot of people. What they really like about this cup is there's the handle. It's amazing. A handle is a game changer, but this straw actually folds in and then pops up. So what everybody loves about this cup is that their straw can be hidden. It can come up. I think it helps keep the ice a little bit colder when you do it that way, too.
It is nicer than like the Yeti.
Yeah, and it's also spill proof. Like when you flip it upside down, this one won't spill. So that's a really nice feature, is that, you know, it goes in your cup holder.
So the size is good. So let's look at size. The colors. Are the colors okay?
Yeah, they actually make a bunch of different colors in this one. They have a couple that are multicolored. Like there's a different color handle. They'll do like a line drop, I guess you would call it, or like they'll drop a couple. Like I know there was a special over the summer that had strawberries on it. So you'll put out cool designs.
This is the thing. Like, remember albums would drop? And like now they're dropping colors of cups. Yeah, that's why I love this. I love learning about new things, but this is crazy to me, and probably some other.
It's a cup drop.
We're dropping a new cup color, like it's crazy, and then we go to Target and kill people for it.
The downfall of HydroJug.
Okay.
First of all, this cup, as much as I love it, what is very important to notice is it's not easy to clean. So the lid is nice because it screws on. We love a screw on top. You know that nothing's spilling, nothing's getting out, your ice is staying cold. However, the straw does come off. So you can clean your straw, and then if you can see here, this part doesn't come off. This doesn't come out. So if you look here, like, can you see it like builds up down here? You see down in here?
Yeah, for those listening, there is a buildup.
Yeah, and you can't
see.
There's nothing that will clean this. Like, this part doesn't come off. Now, if this part came off and you could fully clean in and around this cup would be a 10 out of 10.
So it's not good with cleanability. It does fit in the cup holder. It seems pretty durable. You said it holds ice pretty well?
It does hold ice pretty well.
Okay. What about the price? How's the price? So the price of this jug is $39.99.
Yeah, that's pretty on par for this size.
About $40.
Yeah, $40 for 40 ounces, $1 an ounce. That's comparable to other brands. So
now keep in mind, you can go to the Roadhouse and don't get any beer or anything, but you can go to the Roadhouse for 2 people for about $40.
It's true.
So keep that in mind.
You could.
This is just
And
one cup.
I have another downfall
Brand
with HydroJug itself.
Okay.
Now maybe you will have a different opinion on this scenario. However, I don't like their customer service. So, as I told you before, I have had at least 8 of those plastic jugs, which are $21.99. Some have broken, but I've definitely had at least 12. I've bought some for other people as well. And I've purchased how many of those, the holders?
Many.
At least 4.
Many.
At least 4 of the holders. Then I'll also buy the multicolored pack of straws that they have. So I've purchased a lot from them over the years. And there was this option one time when I was making a purchase to add on a mystery gift. And when I got my package, I could not wait to get this mystery gift. I was like, what is it? A little surprise. And then when I opened it, it was one of the holders, like one of the, satchel holders for a mini jug. Now, the problem here is that I've never had a mini jug.
So it was worthless.
So all I did was I nicely messaged the customer service, and I explained the scenario that I added the mystery gift, and I just asked, can I exchange it for a different mystery gift? But they said no.
A hard no.
Hard no.
Like, don't even.
They barely entertained.
Don't ever call this number again, they said.
It kind of was like that, to the point where, I think I posted it on Twitter. But it's okay. I still love you, HydroJug. As you see, I still have this cup. I do try to clean under it. I still have my big jugs. My big jugs. Stop it.
Those.
My big jugs did not go in the trash because I still use them from time to time. So they still have their purpose.
They do.
We could make it right, HydroJug, but at the end of the day, even if I'm upset, I still have your product. So
a little sidebar here. That my ADHD brain just, remembered. They got rid of Vitality at Aldi. Just so you all know. It's been a while.
He's been harping about this for 3 weeks.
It's been a couple months.
But pumpkin Cheerios are in.
Nah, they got rid of Vitality, so I'm heartbroken.
In case anybody's wondering what Vitality cereal is, it's the Aldi brand of cereal. However, it's Special K.
I like the Aldi brand better.
The Vitality is really Special K. And when you were really upset that Aldi didn't have Vitality last weekend, we were shopping actually at Target, and we got pumpkin spice Vitality.
But it's not Vitality, it was Special K.
Yeah,
I like
it's
Vitality.
The same thing.
No, it's not. I'm a brand guy, and I like Aldi because it's grassroots and it's cheap. Like, I keep Uncle Ben alive. Like, I will put the new Uncle Ben rice in the old box. I keep the same old box, and I keep it alive. Same with the maple syrup. What's her name?
Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima. You got to keep that alive. That's called tradition.
The Land O'Lakes butter?
Yeah, you got to keep the box and keep putting the butter in there.
Just Lakes now? Everybody loves a face.
Everybody
put a face to the name.
Pantry. They got rid of all my pantry people. But that's called getting off topic. I hope you are ready for a nice long podcast. I hope you're all enjoying this this banter. This is nice. It's nice to have a partner you could do things like this with. We're gonna move on to.
We'll make the.
I want to do it in order.
The rest of them will be brief.
What's HydroFlask?
HydroFlask is the green one.
Is this green? Well, maybe the Grinch. It's Grinch green.
It's lime greenish yellow.
It's Grinch green. It's Dr. Seuss Grinch green. Remember, he was like yellow. He had like jaundice.
Anyway, HydroFlask. She's popular. She's been around.
Is not associated to HydroJug.
No, there's HydroJug and HydroFlask.
But they're not the same brand.
Not even close.
So confusing.
There's also a Hydra Peak.
That's stupid.
But anyway, we have
HydroFlask.
HydroFlask. Now, HydroFlask has been around for years. They, jumped on the trend of the cup with the handle. And I typically will buy, if I'm going to review products, I will go with, cups that are the same feature. So I'm not going to buy, like a HydroFlask that has the push-up top with the button when I'm also comparing the ones with the handle. So I like to stick to, the comparables.
Consistency.
Yes.
All right, so we do like the handle thing. I'm going to go through this checklist with you. We're going to keep you on like a speed review. So the brand.
I'll talk forever.
I noticed, just like me. Is the brand good?
I would say yes. I think if we're talking about
problems.
No, HydroFlask, I feel like they're old reliable. They've been around for a while.
Size. Come in a lot of sizes?
Yes, they offer enough sizes.
Not a 60 ounce though.
I haven't checked that.
How about the colors? Obviously, Grinch green, not bad.
Yeah, they do have a bunch of different colors. I feel like a lot. They don't do the multicolored, and I don't typically see designs, but they do offer a nice variety of colors. Now,
this one's going to stink. Spillage.
Okay, here's the problem with the good old HydroFlask, and it's this specific cup, not all HydroFlasks. This spillage is not good because this lid is, I guess, what you would call a vacuum seal. Would you call this a vacuum seal?
Yeah, it's not a twist. It's
but
just like
it's not. Yeah, it's more like just a rubber, like it just
like a Tupperware
pops on. There's actually a bottom to this straw. Don't be alarmed. I just didn't put it in, but there is a part that goes in here. But yeah, so she just pops right off. So you're not really going to fling her around. If you were to put her upside down, water's coming right out the straw. Spillage is not good.
How about ice? Does it hold the ice for a long time? Probably not.
No, it doesn't. But does it, here's the thing, does it hold the ice long enough for your average person? Like, is it comparable to other brands? Yes. It's not like the ice is just going to go in this cup and immediately melt. It is double insulated. It is durable.
Self-defense. Would this be a good one for self-defense? Do you think this would hurt a person?
With enough force, I think any metal cup would.
Okay.
But
this one does not have the rubber on the bottom also, just so you know.
No, but I will say this cup, what I love about it is the ability to clean it. So if you're somebody,
so cleanability is good.
Yeah. So if you're somebody who's just going to fill up your water bottle and you don't care if it's, not freezing cold, like I want it to freeze my throat. Like, when you drink something really cold and then you suck in and it like freezes your throat.
Like a McDonald's Sprite?
Yeah, that's what I want it
Crispy?
to feel. I want it to be cold all day. But what I would like to highlight about this cup is I love the cleanability. So this part comes off. And like I said, there's usually a straw. There's usually a straw that goes right here and connects to this. But it all disconnects. So you can really get in there and clean this. Like, you're not getting mold. Unless you don't clean your cup. The inside is just normal metal. So she's, I feel like, an old reliable. If you're somebody who, wants a cup, but you're like, I don't want to fit in and have a Stanley. I feel like now everybody's like, Stanley's like the Ugg boot. Like it's the Starbucks, the Ugg boot. It's getting that name. Yeah. So if you don't want that, I would say HydroFlask is a good cup for you if you're just someone who's putting it in your cup holder and you're not worried about spilling because you're careful. Me, I'm a klutz. I drop everything. I tread.
Pretty durable though, right?
Yeah, I would say I haven't had any issues. She fits in the cup holder.
I was going to get to that. Fits in the cup holder, perfect. And it is $39.95. It is actually 4 cents cheaper than the HydroJug.
Yeah.
Keep that.
So the price is very comparable.
They're all about $40. You're going to learn that. We're moving right on to a class act name that you all know and love. I feel like this is like an award show. This is the Yeti. We all know the Yeti.
This one's a little smaller. This one is not the 42-ounce Yeti that they came out with. This one I want to say is probably like the 35-ounce. So this one is smaller. But Yeti has a lot of shapes, or a lot of sizes.
Yeti was
not
the original,
shapes.
wasn't
Yeti
it?
has a lot of sizes. So if you want bigger, you can get bigger.
Was
Yeti.
it the original Yeti?
I would say Yeti was
Like
definitely
OG?
one of the OGs, but not for this specific cup.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like Yeti, I
They
don't
have the handle.
No, Yeti, when they started, I don't think they were really known for the handle. I feel like the handle came
Stanley
next.
did the handle, I would say.
I would say Stanley was the first to bring the handle to light.
So I remember like when you would go into Dick's Sporting Goods, there'd be like the wall of Yeti.
Yeah.
And now like Yeti is like Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Remember how, like strange things are happening?
Strange things are happening to me, you know, and then the comforter changes.
Yeah, it's now Stanley. And Yeti is like kind of junk.
They do still have the Yeti wall, but
it's
the
like
Stanley
junk.
wall is much bigger
Stanley's the Buzz Lightyear.
right now. It is true.
Tell me about Yeti. The brand pretty good?
Yeah, I've never once heard anybody have problems with Yeti. I've never once, you know,
Except
heard
the
anybody
prices.
complain. They are a little expensive, but
Stanley.
they all are. I think all the brands are a little outrageous in their prices. What's nice about Yeti is that they have so many different sizes.
So a lot of sizes.
Yeti is the one that advertises hot or cold the most.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a big thing with Yeti. Like this could be your day-to-day coffee mug.
Yeah, I feel like I use the Yeti and have in the past only for coffee. I don't really do the cold liquids in these things. I bought
don't
it just
drink
because
as
it
much
was
coffee as you. If I filled a Yeti up this size with coffee, I'd be having heart palpitations for 2 days.
I would be at around 9 a.m. I would need more.
It's true.
So the colors, nice, right?
Yeah,
a lot of colors.
Yeti has a lot of colors. They're usually just solids.
What is it called when it like is two colors but it like fades? Like you know how the sun set? Is that gradient?
No.
Is that the word?
Ombre?
That's a different language.
Ombre is when one color fades into another.
I don't agree.
Look it up.
Someone fact check that in the comments.
An ombre.
How about spillage?
Okay, the Yeti does.
Look at that. See,
Here's the thing that Yeti's doing. Yeti has a holder.
This
here.
is an interesting video. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, one big thing that we didn't talk about that's really important with the cups is the area around where the straw goes in. So this is where Yeti has shortcomings.
Yeah.
Because Yeti, like, look at, you could just wiggle this guy around. And I'm just waiting for Yeti to fix their cup. Now they're
never gonna.
But the thing about
Oh.
I couldn't do that again if I tried. Actually, I guess yes, I could.
I guess that's a defect of Yeti.
Anyway, moving on. I've been waiting for Yeti to fix this top. However, they do have the other top, which is the one that most people are probably aware of.
The slide.
Which the mug
nice.
slug. What do you call that? The mugger? The mug something. It's called mug something. But if you're not somebody who needs the straw aspect of it, that's a great choice for you.
That's not leak proof either, I'll tell you that right now.
No.
It's not. That slide thing, it'll leak everywhere.
Maybe yours is just old because you've had it for years.
Maybe.
I would like to retest this theory. I would like to retest it because I do think that those are pretty good. Now, Yeti's not a screw-on. Like, Yeti is just the vacuum seal, but as you can see, it's much harder for me.
It's better than the other one.
Yeah, even the HydroFlask, the vacuum seal is not like this. Like, this takes a little bit of muscle.
Yeah, Yeti is the OG with that. Durability / self-defense. Could you hurt someone? Probably with the Yeti, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like it depends how much force you're putting in. It is easy to clean, so I do like that.
And it fits in a cup holder, huh?
It surely does.
Okay.
I think all of their cups are actually designed to fit in the cup holder. I feel like Yeti was one of the first to do that.
We're big at the top and small at the bottom.
Small at the bottom.
I like that.
I do think there's something to say about Yeti, who was kind of the first to be the expensive cups.
The most too. They have the beer holders, the wine glass. They do more than any other cup. Yeah. Coolers.
They make coolers, ice packs. Do you ever see at Dick's Sporting Goods that there's a freezer right in the Yeti section where you can open it and buy ice packs?
I think they make minivans also.
Yeti?
Yep.
What?
It's new. Look it up.
I think that's fake.
They make everything.
But I also want to add about Yeti that I think is a nice thing that they do is they sell their individual parts. So if you need to replace one of your parts,
It breaks.
I've never had personally one of my Yetis break. However, I assume that company is making bank. I bet you they have a good customer service.
Oh God.
I've never had to experience it.
That's good. If you never talk to the customer service, it's a good thing.
It is. But what I like about Yeti is you can buy individual lids like this, and they will always come with a straw.
I think the whole point of these cups, this is my perspective here, is that like if you buy something of quality, it lasts. That's why it's like I'm paying $40 for a cup. So I think Yeti wants you to keep your cup and just fix the parts.
I think so too.
Not just buy a whole new one, like planned obsolescence.
Right. If I could change anything about Yeti, I think we could definitely work on this straw. If you have a Yeti, which I'm sure you do, especially because there's mostly men who listen to this show, and I feel like Yeti is pretty popular around men.
Yeah.
Around men. I think men typically...
Men love Yetis.
Well, I think men, they do. Look at my brother.
Shout out AJ.
Yeah, he has a cooler. I bought it for his wedding because he wanted one.
He has the underwear. They make underwear.
Yeah, they're cool.
They
go
keep
in the them cool all summer. Yeah.
Now, some people don't like putting underwear in the fridge, but I will say when you put on a pair of briefs that have been in the freezer, made by Yeti, and they're made with like ice pack material, it's awesome.
I know most of you haven't done that, but I want you to know that Matt has actually in the past put his underwear in the freezer.
What? That's a lie. We're going to edit that out.
All right, so let's get into it. We all know that Stanley is one of the most popular cups on the market right now. Every girl wants them. That's
like a Barbie doll.
It's about kind of how you're fitting in, I feel, and that's just a sad thing. It should never be that way. However, it's the truth. Stanley, again, also comes in a bunch of different sizes.
So a lot of sizes.
This one is the 40 ounce. This one is the 64 ounce. But I do know they make... I think a 35 ounce, and then they also make like a 20. Wait, I need to pause. What's that noise?
All right, we are back with Stanley. We have to take a quick pause there. We heard a ghost in the house. Also, the Yeti is $42. We didn't mention that.
Oh, yes.
The Stanley is $45. We're going to start
for the 40
with
ounce.
That. The big boy next to it is $60. Just so you know.
That's less than $1 an ounce, though, because this one's holds 64 ounces.
The brand as a whole, so you can talk about both again. The brand as a whole, pretty good, right? I think you had a good experience with Stanley. Actually, the best.
I actually did have a great experience with Stanley's customer service. Actually, above all expectations. And then they actually sent me this cup to replace it. I never had to ship back the damaged cup. They just tell you to put an X on it and throw it away. And
we didn't do that. We kept it.
Yeah, we kept it. We didn't do that because it wasn't the end of the world.
We're not going to throw things away.
But yeah, so it was really nice. Customer service good, brand amazing.
Sizes, obviously, there's the classic and many others, and that big boy, which we're going to get to.
Yeah, and they make smaller too. If you're not somebody who drinks a ton of water, they do make smaller ones, or if you wanted it for your coffee as well, they're smaller ones.
Okay, what about colors? Cool colors?
Oh, Stanley does have a big selection of colors.
They do a lot of
Probably
drops.
The biggest.
They do a lot of drops.
They do. And
Taylor Swift
now the thing is that you may like a color, and I would say your best bet is if you like it and you're going to keep going back and wanting it, to just buy it, because the colors will go away. Like some of them, they'll do limited releases sometimes.
Like the Disney Vault.
Yeah, but sometimes the colors, they do go away. So, but they do have quite a variety of colors. Probably the biggest variety of colors.
Okay, spillage, not so good. Same kind of situation as the Yeti.
This is the thing about Stanley, is they do have a better piece here.
Rubber.
Like this rubber piece actually moves. So if you wanted to drink from this way.
Oh, that's a way better lid.
Yeah.
Better lid.
Yeah, but then it also has this straw holder, so that water, so that, you know, your water stays colder longer. It's more of, it's hard to get
so
through.
much better though.
However, when you put the toppers on, they don't spill as much. See?
Well, that's nice.
So the topper is an option now. If there was more water in this, because there's not really that much left.
It's on the table.
Yeah, it is, because it spilled.
Yes, okay.
But it does work a lot better, and it spills less. But I still wouldn't trust this in your bag. Like, I wouldn't put this in a gym bag. Like, you know, the way the HydroJug, you can throw that in a gym bag and you'd be fine. I still wouldn't do that with this.
Okay, how's the ice? Does it keep the ice? stay cold.
Yes, I have to say I do think Stanley's pretty high up there in the amount of time that the ice will stay cold.
Okay. Self-defense, pretty much the same.
Yep, unless you're talking about the 64 ounce. This will take you out.
Just do cleanability.
Yeti is nice to clean because all the pieces come apart, and that's definitely another perk about Yeti. Yeah, so here's the thing. This is the same. The top comes off. The spillage is the same. It's a twist. This one does hold ice like no other. I will say my 64 ounce Stanley was really like my go-to water bottle for a really long time. I do get bored of colors. So the 64 ounce Stanley only comes in your basic colors. It comes in white, gray, black, light pink, and this one is cream. And that's it. They don't make any fun colors. And for a company who has so many different colored cups, that is a big deal. I do, as you can see, I have 45,000 cups, all of different colors. So not being able to have other colors in a variety, I don't like that. This is probably very dramatic to most people to have a water bottle of this size, but as you've already learned, this isn't my first rodeo with a 64 ounce water bottle.
And this is, just for the record, nearing $100. We are way over 50. This is 60 some, but
yeah, this
is a lot for
it was a lot for me to buy this water bottle. Do you remember that day? And
everybody was looking at us.
They were, because
like,
I was
contemplating the big
I was really contemplating it, because that is a lot of money to spend on a water bottle. But that's actually probably why they don't make a lot of colors. I guess it's not as popular.
No one's buying it. Yeah.
However, I would really enjoy it if there were more colors.
Stanley, you heard. Please do it. All right, we're getting there. If you are sticking around.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I know.
Okay. I actually love this. This shows how is the word versatile. Dynamic. This show is. We could spend hours talking about these cups.
Just remember, he had a couple sad weeks, so his ideas weren't flowing as much as they normally do.
Yeah, like I have ideas, but I like changing it up. Is this the Owala?
That's the Owala.
I knew. I like changing it up. You can't just be doom and gloom, worlds falling apart all the time. Sometimes you got to talk about cups.
I knew that there was water in this, and it's still cold. I put it in this morning.
So the ice works. Holds ice very well.
Yeah, there's no ice in it. I filled this, I believe, this morning.
And it's still cold?
I can't remember. This day's been a blur.
It has.
The water's still cold, but there is no ice in it.
Interesting. No ice, but it's still cold. So the brand, pretty good experience with the brand.
Yes, Owala is actually known for their cup that's different from this one. They make a cup that's it doesn't have a handle. It's kind of round. I guess a lot of bottles are round. But it has a button. And the brand Owala, you push a button and then it's just like a hole that pours, like almost like a canteen top, I guess.
Okay.
But it's a canteen that would have like a button. And then when you tip the water bottle back, the part that flips up looks like the nose of a koala bear. I don't know if this is facts, but I've been told
it's called Owala?
I've heard that that's why it's called Owala.
I'm done with
now. Have I fact checked that? No, but have I heard it? And is it true? It is. One of my coworkers, shout out Emily. She's an Owala girl, and
see what's going on.
But it's hilarious because when she drinks from it, she does look like a koala bear.
See what's happening. See, this is crazy. There's like more and more ways to just partially divide us. Like you could be an Owala girl now.
I'm pushing 30.
Judged by their cups?
I don't know. Maybe the high schoolers and maybe the middle schoolers, but like
this isn't gonna start
in my
bullying.
Old age, almost 30 years old, we're actually looking at each other saying, what's the cheapest one?
No way.
Yeah, no. Well, that's the thing. Like, have you ever heard me say, "Oh, like I got this shirt at Walmart. Thanks, it's cute. It was $6." Like, yeah. I love that. It's all about cheap. If I could brag about cheap, I would. But the problem with the cheap cups is they don't hold the ice, they don't have all of the features that have been named here. the non-name brand cheap cups don't do it for me. But for your average water drinker, they're fine.
They're fine.
They're totally
You don't really
fine.
like water.
Well, right.
Fine.
Or if you really don't like cold water, if you like room temperature, they're fine.
It's not out of the realm of possibilities. There's a late night news segment on bullying because of cups.
But I could see that. It does.
Colors are cool. The colors seem cool.
Here's what's really cool about Owala is I think they have the best colors going.
Looks
and that's
two-toned?
their strong suit. Yeah, they're two-toned. But all of their cups are two-toned. I'm pretty sure.
It's better than
I've never
Stanley.
seen a solo color, but they have really cute pastels, lighter colors, bolder colors. But the two-toned really stands out.
How is the spillage?
Not good.
Not good. It spills.
Right out the straw. But
that's mahogany. You are destroying it. Actually.
Sorry.
Yeah, this was. Yeah. Now you're destroying the very expensive guitar.
I'm sorry.
This was Theodore Roosevelt's desk.
Wait, this is not really mahogany.
No, it's not.
So anyway, the spillage, is not good. It's not good. But it's comparable to the other brands. They all leak out the straw. So
okay. Durability, self-defense, decent.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, you could hurt people with the metal ones, pretty much overall.
I feel like this one you could really lay somebody down. There's a little lip that's different in the design. I'm not sure
I like that.
You see,
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
Like a bezel.
Yeah, I don't know if they just did it for design purposes, but it does make it stand out a little bit.
This is like the late night. Remember that guy that would get really excited over meat on the infomercial? He's like, "Look at this brisket!" Like the way it cuts, and it'd be like after you were watching George Lopez, the infomercials would come on, like a Betty Crocker thing. I feel like we're selling these cups.
I think so.
Like in a fashion that feels like that, where the guy's getting too excited. I'm like, you're telling me there's a bezel? You know?
Yeah.
Can you clean this cup?
Yes, this cup is good. It has the screw top straw. This part comes off. It's kind of doing what the Yeti does.
No, but the Yeti, you got to do the straw or the slide.
Yeah, but this one has a slide, and you can
Best
drink
of both
out
worlds.
of both. So
and it fits in a cup holder, doesn't it?
It sure does.
All right. We love you, Owala. The Owala is $37.95, so about $40 is the average always on these cups. Some a little more.
Can I leave this here to drink?
Sure, I want this to drink out of.
Let's go into the Cirkul.
Why? Are we gonna do Cirkul? Okay, yeah, we'll do the other one.
Let's go into Cirkul.
This is the craziest monstrosity you've ever seen. We encountered this.
Oh, we have another one.
Yes, this was the one. It wasn't this one exactly.
It wasn't this one.
We were at a NASCAR event. I talked about that in a previous episode. But when we were there, they were giving these out for free. And you put these weird little these alien pods in the top, and it turns your water into a flavored drink, which is crazy. So
crazy.
Please explain why you enjoy it.
So I actually was very late to the Cirkul game. I didn't seek out Cirkul. I didn't purchase my first one until there was a promo pop-up stand at NASCAR. And they were giving away this type of bottle, but just a little bit of a smaller version of it.
Explain this cup. So we're doing the tumblers today. So we wanted to show you that's the Cirkul they used to make, but now they're making this thing.
Well, I feel like we need to show them that. And then you just picked what flavor you wanted and you just insert it in. And that's all you got to do. You take your flavor and you bloop,
and
you twist it in.
There is an intensity meter.
Yes, so it goes anywhere from 0, and that's the least. Well, you can put it on X, which is no flavor coming through at all. So if you're just not feeling the flavor, you put it down, or you turn it all the way up to 9. And when it's on 9, no matter the flavor, you feel like you're drinking juice.
Yeah.
Cirkul also makes really the different flavors that they have. What's really cool that they did was there's ones that have electrolytes, some that have vitamins in them, and then some even actually have caffeine.
Cirkul, but we're going to talk about this cup here. So how is the brand?
I have to say, cool. Cirkul is pretty cool. They're definitely trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Like, look at this thing. And this is Frankenstein.
But I want to know who's the engineer at Cirkul, because to come up with this idea I think is top notch. Wouldn't you say? Like, this is creative. This is crafty.
It is cool. The Flavor Blast cartridge.
Yeah.
I do like that.
And to go here, like, nobody else is doing flavored water bottles.
And they combine it with the metal tumbler, so you could still hurt someone. So
Oh, this one I feel like is pretty heavy.
It's the hardest one. It's
definitely heavy.
It's got rubber on the bottom, rubber here. This one won't spill either, right?
I don't. No,
does not spill. So that's
this one
cool.
is majorly spill proof.
I thought this was a game changer. I thought it was cool.
I feel like Cirkul's in its own category. I'm not really sure that you can compare it to the others because they're doing something different. But it's the same way. Like, you just take your water, your little, flavor insert, and
drop it in.
Drop it in.
The brand is good. The size is really only one.
One thing we need to talk about this brand, because I feel like we're saying the brand is good, but no, this brand I think is next level. For the what's ingenuity, is that the word? But they also did a pop-up promo.
They gave it away.
They gave away a free water bottle.
This is the cheapest cup. Also,
oh, for this one he's talking about.
That's $25.
Yeah, Cirkul is
compared to like
a lot cheaper, because even this 40-ounce bottle I think was $20 too.
Cheap.
But yeah, Cirkul's making these for $20.
They sell them at Walmart. I like Walmart. See, Stanley's like Target, and I think Target is pretentious. Walmart's more a little American. People are in pajamas. People are yelling a lot. You know what I'm saying? It used to smell like onions. There used to be a Subway in the back. Target, it smells like Starbucks. It's the pompous and then the laid back. And they're like, the Cirkul is at my speed of a store, Walmart. That's
the only thing that I will say is these do get pretty pricey. However, they do have different packages, which is nice online. Like, you can buy almost like a subscription. But anyway, you can really clean all the parts of Cirkul. All of the pieces come off. And so, yeah.
Pretty cool.
10 out of 10 for Cirkul.
Cirkul's cool. I think it's its own category. I don't know if we're going to count Cirkul in with the other ones, but we just wanted to show you it. I don't know. Did anyone ever...
This one, it's kiwi strawberry.
Did anyone ever run alcohol through a Cirkul? I don't know.
That's a good question. I bet you they have.
That could be the new White Claw. We're going to wrap up here with the final tumbler. And it's a crazy one. This is Brewmate, right?
This is Brewmate.
You've all been waiting for this. Look at this.
Dun, 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 dun.
And without further ado, please tell the audience about Brewmate. Well, how's the brand?
The brand is okay. We actually shopped in a Brewmate store to buy this.
You did.
But it is its own store. So you're not really going...
a fancy mall.
Yeah, it was. So you're not really going to like a Dick's or Ace Hardware to buy this. You're going to an actual Brewmate store. Yeah. But because I didn't have a registered account, because I think it was the first time that I went to a Brewmate store, I think I got like 20% off.
What about the size? This looks like a very large cup.
Oh yeah, I want to say is 65 ounces. So she's up there.
That's big. So it comes in multiple sizes.
Multiple, yeah. Most people would not buy this size cup. I don't have a smaller Brewmate. But like I said before, I drink a lot of water, and if I'm gone for the majority of the day, I don't want to refill my water. But a lot of people do have the smaller size Brewmates. I just have enough cups that I didn't need to buy a 40-ounce one.
Very fair. So this is like the equivalent of the big Stanley.
Yes, because I didn't have another large cup too, besides the Stanley, that's why I went with this size.
Okay, the colors seem to be cool.
So cool! Look at it. Two-toned, and a lot of their bottles are two-toned.
So while you're doing that, how about spillage? Any spillage? No spillage.
No spillage.
How does it hold the ice?
She keeps it nice and cold.
Is it the best?
Or it's hard to say. It's hard to say because I do think Stanley and Brewmate are very comparable with the ice.
It looks pretty durable for self-defense.
Oh yeah, you could really take someone down with this guy.
What about the cleanability?
It's good because the straw, as you see, comes out, and then you're actually able to go in here and clean this part right out of the straw. And I think that this contraption is better than the HydroJug, because the HydroJug has a similar feature as this, like a similar mechanism, but this one is a little bit wider, so you can really get in there.
Get in there.
Yep. Obviously, if you're having a 64-ounce jug with you every day, it's not going to fit in the cup holder. So imagine me driving in my car. Where is this Stanley cup going? I'll tell you. It's trying to balance in between bags on my front seat.
Which is not good.
No, and the amount of times that she's fallen over and spills, and then it's a waste, and it's a really bad start to my day. However, Brewmate
does not spill.
Does not spill. And so there's a turning mechanism here, and that's how you open and close it. But yeah, so Brewmate. She doesn't fit in the cup holder, but you can put her in a bag and there's no spilling.
And the last category of this that I wanted to bring up is the price, though. That's the only thing. This is the most expensive of all of them.
Yeah.
This specific one, this was $65 for that size.
Which is steep for a water bottle.
Which is quite steep for a water bottle. I think we're going to rank these now.
Okay.
Let's rank them. This is the final moment here that you all been waiting for. We're going to do 6 because we're not going to count Cirkul. So HydroJug, HydroFlask, Yeti, Stanley, Owala, Brewmate. What is the worst? What is number 6? What's the last?
The last one, I'm going to have to say, unfortunately, don't come at me for this. The last ranked is HydroFlask.
Or Jug.
No, flask.
Okay.
HydroFlask. The reason I'm ranking her last is she just doesn't have many features that stick out. We like her. She's reliable. She's aight, but the top coming off so easily doesn't hold ice as much. So we will start
with the worst.
With the worst.
And what's number 5 now? What's the second worst?
The second worst, I'm going to say, is HydroJug.
HydroJug. That was your favorite.
The reason I'm saying HydroJug is because the customer service, but also that you can't clean around the sides of her.
Sad.
Yeah, and especially because it's clear, so I can just see it building up. But if we could work on getting this part out, or if anybody has recommendations on how to clean in there, I'm happy to hear it. I did watch videos on how to take it apart, and this part does not come out.
Womp womp. Okay, what is 4th?
4th, we're going to go with Owala.
Not bad.
We love her colors. We like the creativity on
the bezel.
The bezel. We like the different ways to drink out of her, whether you're doing the straw or the slide. So yeah, we're going to go with Owala as 4.
What about 3?
3, you know her, you love her, you probably have her to some extent. Yeti.
Poor Yeti.
Why?
I feel like this was the king at one point. Now
it was, but Yeti, we could work on the top a little bit and the straw. I think the ice in a Yeti would probably stay cold for all of eternity if we could just work on the top mechanism a little bit. If you want suggestions, let me know.
Okay, this is a big moment. What's number 2?
Number 2. It depends. Are we talking about a normal size or a big one? Like, should we rank the big ones on their own?
No, it's got to be just overall.
Okay, then from my experience, number 2, we're going with Stanley Cup.
Oh, the current king. Where is it? Do you have one? You got one.
My thing about Stanley, Stanley is very, very comparable. She's up there. She's real. She's true. We love her. But Stanley, we could work on the spillage. I think that's the biggest thing is the colors are great for the 40 ounce or lower, but the 64 ounce could definitely use some more variety. And just the top, the spillage, because this
really got you there.
That's the problem, is because I drink out of these two more. These I would say are my like daily go-to when I'm working full time. So they're my go-to for size. And unfortunately, this is just not conducive to go to work with. She spills and she doesn't fit in the cup holder.
So that would make Brewmate.
And I'm going with Brewmate as number one. The reason I chose Brewmate is because she comes in a lot of colors in her big size. It doesn't matter that she doesn't fit in the cup holder because she doesn't spill.
Okay.
The downfall to Brewmate is definitely that she doesn't have a handle. Sorry. But she does have this handle. You can put her in a bag. It might weigh you down because it's heavy. But we like the rubber. We like the two tones. She holds ice and she doesn't spill. So
Brewmate's the best.
Brewmate's the best. But
to Kristy,
if I could put at Cirkul in this ranking, she's honorable mention. She's so good. She needs her own category.
In her own league.
Come on, like the creativity, the ingenuity is amazing. So that's my spiel on the cups.
You heard it here first. Some of you might not know the importance of this video, but it is quite important for pop culture and society as a whole. And I think one day we'll know the importance of it. We're just ahead of our time here. You know, this show, Midnight Therapy, is ahead of its time. We will be talking about anything. Like Joe Rogan, I look up to a lot. He has psychologists on his show. He has politicians. He has all walks of life. Who would I to not have you on the show and talk about something that you are very passionate about?
I'm an expert.
I feel like people are like, well, it's so like out of pocket, but it's like, yeah, that's the point. This guest is very different than me in many ways. So
I'm a girl.
She's a girl that loves cups. So it's a great way to get back into this show. We're going to be coming back regularly. We're going to have some other guests on. This is a great introduction to you, Kristy. My
what am I known
fiancée.
For? My cups.
She is the girl with the giant water bottle, and the name lives on.
I've been known as the girl who does a couple things.
Is that a pun? Like cup whole thing?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
But I like that. The girl who's
funny.
done a couple things. I do like that.
Whole thing?
No, I've always been known as the girl who walks around dressed up just walking her dogs all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to rate the alcohol seltzers.
We're gonna do that too.
I did used to review those.
Stuff.
Those
Kristy,
were pretty popular.
We'll most certainly be back on this show.
I'm sorry. Please continue to watch.
Please watch
Even
it.
if
This is a good one. I hope you stuck around to the end. One more time, shout out to the sponsor, Three Saints Barbershop, located in historical downtown. Jessup, Mike McAndrew, best in the business, will shave your head or face with a sword if
Who
you
doesn't want that?
I feel like this is like a 2-hour episode, so we're gonna end it here. I'm ready for bed. Sadly, I have to go to work tomorrow, even though I had just went to work last week.
Same.
I will fill you all in on more of a traditional Cat Matthews Midnight Therapy episode next time. But for now, Kristy, thank you for being on the show.
Hey, anytime. I live here.
Yeah, she's right upstairs. So if you ever want her back, please let me know in the comments. Hopefully some women come over and watch the show because of you. And hopefully,
I hope so.
But until next time, thank you, everybody. Stay curious, my friends, and good night.